So, what is good? What is poppin', everyone? It's Michelle at Divine's Purpose. I was actually just resting because I have such a busy evening this day on sessions, personal sessions. I did an energy update at Divine's Purpose on Instagram, but they kept showing me the same card over and over again from that actual energy update. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to go at Divine's Purpose on Instagram and look at that specific reading. And we're going to speak about separation, but also understand this is the card that kept showing me. The karmic relationship, specifically with the two different worlds. And understanding how separation was vital to really this ascension process, to revelation, to receiving your gifts, to evolution, to understanding who you really are, and etc. This 8-8 portal is very strong. Definitely feeling that. Let me put this over here, maybe right here in front of the mirror. Hopefully you could see it. And I will pull more energy. But yeah, separation, very interesting, you know. Also understanding that if you feel like you are a black sheep of the family, or you don't feel like if you feel like you don't fit in, you're not designed to. That's also another message that's coming through. But yeah, you guys, let's just get it started. Let's ask the highest energy of God and Goddess, consciousness, which is Christ consciousness, divinity consciousness, and the truth of, I'm hearing Archangel Michael to come in today, okay? So just take a big deep breath in. Empty your mind, empty your thoughts, empty your ego. Exhale. Release the energy and be open to receiving whatever message comes through. Obviously, if it doesn't fit, well, you're not supposed to make it fit. Hello? So look at these karmic relationships. It's Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. You know, it's very interesting when I look at that energy because I'm seeing two individuals in two different worlds, but they're facing each other. To me, it seems like the same individual, masculine and feminine. Take it as it resonates. In the end of the day, that's still ego-based teachings if we're going to look at God and Goddess consciousness, because consciousness is genderless. And to understand these hard lessons is still to understand that maybe some of you have fallen asleep on the karmic wheel. Now I'm also picking up timeline jumping. If you're part of my VIP tribe, we are talking about timeline jumping and how 8-8 portal is allowing you to be prepared for that jump. Really following where you need to be. Remember, this is all consciousness, but of course, through the motion of Lion Gate, which is the Leo energy, a lot of action will be asked of you. So I'm going to pull a couple more energies using this deck, and then I'm going to see what else needs to come through. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Yeah, you know, just to hear the Great Severing, it's so true. And, you know, this is also a beautiful reflection of the karmic relationships, you know, separation. I can say the Great Severing could be the motion of the Great Separation, and how we're all feeling that separation. But I also feel very strongly that, you know, a lot of unions, a lot of divine counterparts were separated, and through the motion of the eco-self. And you have to understand, for me personally, when you speak of devil energy or demonic entities or any lower vibrations, that is through the motion of consciousness. And it's also understanding that that is the ego, which is the demonic energies. So ego is edging God out, and then being a god or goddess through consciousness, which is Christ consciousness, is that. It's just that. And you've made your choice through divinity. We are all being shown that the human avatar no longer resonates, and you will have to choose divine or demonic, right? God, goddess, consciousness, or we can just call it consciousness if you feel more comfortable, but if you're uncomfortable, that's good. Bless the triggers. Or your ego self, which is the demon, right? And for me, it's understanding that I don't serve two masters, I serve only one. I made my choice a long time ago. And we're feeling this energy here in the great severing, and Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We're all being asked to really hold a higher standard of spiritual integrity and soften into love more. And it's hard some days because there's so much, it's the energy of a great yogi would say, I have one foot in heaven and one foot in hell, and all I can do is watch myself die over and over again through the motion of suffering. And most yogis or higher ascended beings, like a teacher, a mystic, whatever label you want to use, you understand that we suffer most because we can't just use the motion of denial or just being totally blissed out to our own self-deception. That's not an option anymore, and we really are aware of what's coming through. So star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper, yeah, for sure. And look at that. It's that falling to the knees moments for a lot of people. It's the motion of I'm sorry. It's the energy of a dark night of the soul, but beyond the dark night of the soul, when God brings you to your knees because you can't take it anymore. Defensiveless, righting past wrongs, uprooting. This is a very beautiful energy. For me, the physical form, which is the temple, is basically the dance and the devotion to God and Goddess. Now, as myself, I consider myself a goddess, but I don't consider myself the creator, source. Absolutely not. It's not, I'm not that. And if I was, I wouldn't be here giving you this message. We're all trying to return to oneness and wholeness through this energy. And I feel like right now, if there is an apology that has to be said, and I feel like, to be honest with you, if you look back at all of the divine channeling and readings I have done in the last 4 to 5 years, I always say, if you need to say sorry, say it now. And if you can't physically say it to that person, go into Ho'oponopono, Hawaiian, yes, but really Lemurian, sacred living energy, and do it through the motion of, your own self and your mirror. But this is the energy. So let me get, what am I doing? Yes, I want to pull these for sure. Let's pull some energies here in regards to this Orion energy through the motion of this 8-8 portal. I don't really want to go into divine masculine or divine feminine. That is also sometimes of a separation, as the mirror just is shown through the motion of fertility. I want to just speak about this separation and what we have learned as a collective. That's really what I want to know. I want to know that we feel the great severing. We feel the separation of the consciousness, right? One person's on one planet, the other person's on the other. What does that mean is that we understand that these great changes, we can call it Kali Yuga, we can call it the apocalypse, we can call it so many different things through the motion of every religion and every spiritual teaching. Let's just say the Great Awakening is upon us, and we understand that the levels of consciousness of the tribe, right, of the divine union energy, has been separated because of, one, the spiritual warfare, which is Mars energy, but also understanding the teachings that we had to go through to become those star ancestors once again, to retrieve the hidden secrets, to retrieve the lost wisdom, and to also look a little deeper through whatever karmic cycles we had to learn over the last 6 years, 8 years, whatever it is to you. And it's the very strong energy here through the motion of, forgiveness, because that's what Christ consciousness is. It's forgiveness. Love doesn't judge. Love has no boundaries. It's just, it is what it is. But without truth, there is no love. And you have to take full accountability and responsibility for your own wrongdoings and uprooting that and changing. And that's what I feel like this 8-8 portal is here to do. It's to jump those timelines and really close out those karmic cycles. Wow. To understand that you probably have been living in a soul cage, when it says in the motion of deception, one of the biggest deceptions that a lot of people do live with is their own self-deception. And, it's the energy of the scorpion. It's the energy of, allowing the truth to be revealed in the darkest places, but also understand that your heart and your soul and your spirit probably have been in a cage through the ego self. And the number is 24, which resonates to a 6. So that can also be something for you. Rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. You're being asked here through the motion of your anger. Where do you feel caged? Where can you not really be true to what you really feel? How are you escaping from your truth and not allowing yourself to be defenseless, to be someone who can see their self in this mirror, and to basically soften this energy to being loved versus being in this anger energy, okay? I hope that resonates. Let's get a couple more here. Yeah, see, number 29. So some of you may be that age, or some of you may understand the energy of the number 29. I'm going to be very honest with you. July 29th is a very, very strong day. I would definitely tell you, which is a Friday, I would tell you to really reserve your energy to only people who can resonate with your soul group at that time, because Lumiere returns. And Lumiere is what I brought up earlier in regards to sacred living. And here is the baby again being born. Earthly spirituality, community, ocean conservation. You have to understand, a lot of us have taken these soul contracts, right, through these karmic relationships to reignite, and I'll use it that way, to reignite the consciousness of Lemuria that is still very much present. People say the lost Atlantis and lost Lemuria. No, the thing about Lemurians, sacred feminine, sacred masculine energy means safe, but we weren't in physical form. We were more in a higher consciousness. So our eleutheric body was just, we looked like jellyfishes, basically, is what I want to say. And it is the energy of that sacredness, that safety, that protection, that love, that home feeling that a lot of us do desire to experience. The 28th, sanctuary, privacy, inviolated personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. So you see, my loves, the 24th, hold on, as I look at the time, it's 3:03 and I have 65%, which is 11. So today's the 26th. I had to check the date because I didn't even know, which equals to an 8, getting ready for the 8-8 portal. But I believe this energy came in on the 24th of this month and will be felt on the 29th. This is the preparation. I feel very strongly, like I did say to you, that on the 29th, I would keep your energy very sacred to yourself. Really receive what's coming in through these downloads. And if there is an apology that you need to make, please do. Now, let me talk to you about separation a little bit more. And understanding why separation has to occur sometimes, even though we feel that we don't want it anymore. First of all, what is separation to you? To me, separation is an illusion. I'm in union with myself, and I'm in union with my divine counterpart and with God and Goddess at all times. That I do know. It doesn't mean that I don't yearn for my divine counterpart, or to go home, or for that feeling of oneness. Look, I split the deck, and it's the Lovers with the Six of Cups. So we have to understand, and yes, I'm using a lot of water energy because water is what's needed more now than ever. And if you understand water, it's purity, holiness, cleansing, and also water is everything. Without water, there will be no life. The one thing you can't make in this world, like Cat Williams says, is water. I bet you money you can't do it. Talk to any scientist, talk to anybody, they cannot make water. Anyways, back to this is the energy of separation, to know that the separation occurred for these unions to come together. I know that sounds like, what does that mean? It means that the separation had to occur because you had to really do your healing. You really had to understand who you were. You know, the veils of illusion has been something that, you know, is so deep-rooted through the lineage. And, you know, no matter how much you hear something or how much you think you know, and how much you try to understand and read a book and do everything you can, the ego is just non-stop. And if you see what I'm doing here, I take a cinnamon stick, and then what I do is I obviously light it for a specific reason with energy, but then I stick it in the wax. And the reason why I do that is because it takes this amazing sizzle to this beautiful cinnamon stick. And, you know, it's understanding how sometimes you just got to get things a little bit more sticky and a little bit more dirty for you to really understand what it is you're here to do. And that is the karmic lessons in regards to the journey. And look at this, it doesn't want to stay still. Blessed. Okay. So, separation. The King of Cups. Understanding the king that comes through in the motion of my cup is full. I filled up my cup. I filled up my cup with knowledge, with wisdom, with understanding, with clarity, with deep discernment and awareness of why I'm here, and he has been crowned through the motion of God. To me, the cup represents the Holy Grail, which would be the feminine energy. But look, it's Judgment Day, self-reflection. Now, on the highest consciousness, Judgment Day is the day that God comes down and says, there is no more judgment. Judgment does no longer exist. Because I'm not a God that judges. That is a human man-made illusion. The lies of it all. And I love how she comes in as the Holy Mother, which is, you know, the Holy Spirit energy. And she blows the horn. And if you've been following my teachings through prophecy, the first horn out of the 7 horns have been blown. And we're really seeing this energy here through the self-reflection. So, you know, this karmic relationships, that whatever karmic relationships, people, places, or things, you can be in physical union or you can be separated physically from whoever this is for you, right? These are the lessons that have been learned. And these are the things that had to transpire for Lemuria to return, to be in a sacred space, to really know what this is about. You know, there's levels to every game, and this game has a level that goes beyond the physical, beyond the spiritual, through the motion of ancient wisdom, through the soul. And that's a lot. Can you make it up? 3 of Cups, reunion. And we're talking about separation. Very interesting, right? It's like a very interesting story because to me, there's 2 energies here. One, reunion is already here right now if you want it, because all we have is the now. And if you choose to project that on someone, another soul, then you may still be caught up in karma through the motion of memories, For me, I claim that reunion right now. I hope you do too. All 3 cups are full. I've already heard the trumpet go off, and I know that we did this together, soul family. Congratulations. The King of Cups, very interesting to me, because the King of Cups to me always resonated with my catalyst twin flame. And he is also a water sign. And to know him is an honor. But to also be separated from him was the greatest gift, because I had to learn who I was. And I had to understand that codependency no longer resonates, and any karmic relationship is a blessing through the motion of constant liberation. And you will never find a lot of teachers, specifically on the twin flame path, that teach or share that type of energy, because it's a very higher energy when you realize that the twin flame journey is very hard. And I don't blame anybody who keeps getting stuck on the wheel of karma, because it is hard. But there has to be another side of that energy in the teaching, when it's only Christ consciousness and God and Goddess consciousness, which is literally walking away from anything this earth has to offer, leaving Maya completely. And please understand, I will go into Eastern traditions, as I know that it has a lot of strong energies through the motion of Kali. This is here for a specific reason as well. But you can also see the things that I teach and the way I teach. I always say separation is an illusion. Please be wary of the teachers you follow. Please be wary of what you digest. You know, it's not only a diet in regards to food, it's everything that's around you, the things that you see, the things that you watch, the things that you read. Even when you just go out and you surround yourself in toxic places, all of those energies are keeping you stuck in a karmic loop. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. To be honest with you, I feel a lot of you guys are going to be awakening to your own self-deception, which is denial. And denial ain't a river in Egypt, honey, okay? And you have to understand this too. It's like we all eat lies when our heart is hungry. And, you know, it's time to really fall to your knees and forgive yourself for eating those lies. Wow. Beautiful, you guys. Understanding that, you know, the security that you think is security has been false. It's not real security. And you're being asked right now to rise in that energy through the motion of your heart space. Understand that there is a completion here. We do have 4 fours. We do have 4 fours. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of 4 4 4s, or the 8 8, right? And understand that's the energy through the motion of Lionsgate. There is a time traveling aspect to this portal. You can leave the false energies behind. You know, the power struggles. I need this amount of money. I'm bored though. My soul is bored. I feel like I need to be that black sheep once again. I don't belong to this world. I just feel different. And you're right, you are. You're not made that way. And a lot of people have completion coming, you know, a lot of completion. If you just understand that you can take this time leap right now, you can leap the full, you know, taking that fool's energy, the 0 point, going back to the 0 point because of the high priest. You are a high priest. Come with me now. The high priest in this specific deck will always remind me of Yeshua. Always. And it says wisdom, as we had lost wisdom here in star ancestors, and you understand the pillars that are behind him. And, you know, the high priest is obviously the high priestess's divine counterpart. But to me, he comes humbly and says, here's my hand. The prayer you've been asking for has been answered. But you have to let go of your ego. And you have to step into this new timeline with me. And it's scary, but I'm here and I'm going to guide you. You know, you already heard the bell go off. You already heard the horn go off. You already heard the call. And you're in a karmic, you're stuck on the karmic cycle. But you're being asked to come forward right now. You know, again, I'm not really doing this in regards to masculine or feminine. I'm speaking collectively. We all can resonate with this. All of us. So that's what I'm getting here for the karmic relationship. So I hope that this helps. I'm going to finish off with one more energy here. And then I'm going to rest a little bit before I get into my 2 back-to-back sessions. A lot of energy today. If you're feeling a little bit tired or headaches or stuff like that, please take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water. If you want to book your personal sessions, please do. Everything is in the link below. You guys, to finish off the energy is 7 of Swords, which is loss, which is the most manipulative energy here, with defensiveness, 9 of Wands. You guys have to understand, I just posted on my Instagram story that self-deception is the biggest shadow that you got to look for. And, you know, when you think of manipulations or deceitful energy, it's really hard to understand that one hates a liar. But when you awaken that you are the liar because you haven't really claimed who you really are, that can be very, very, very painful. And that's why you're being asked to fall to your knees and apologize and also forgive yourself for not realizing who you really are. And how interesting that we talked about the 0 point and here's the void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. And here is Lemuria. This is a lot going on behind the scenes, meaning the feminine energy has birthed this through the motion of their own healing. Excuse me. A lot of throat chakra activations and understanding that it's time to speak that type of truth if you're willing to go into the darkness, if you're willing to understand the void, the 0 point, and also, of course, for that apology. But you first have to awaken to your own self-manipulation, your own self-deceit, but also stop being a child, stop being so defensive. Take full accountability and action. You know, it's here. You know, the priest is here. Are you coming? Are you grabbing my hand? Or am I going to walk by your house and you're going to miss it and you're still going to be stuck in a karmic loop and you've been dying to jump onto the new consciousness, the new planet, the heaven. Right? 1 foot in heaven, 1 foot in hell. Where are you staying? Where are you going? You know, I'm here now. Grab my hand. The time is now. Let's go. That's what this energy is about. So I hope this resonates. Please leave a comment if it does. I love you guys. Be blessed.